What's up, everybody? Mike Nappy here in the studio, bringing you another Nappy Vlogs. This one targeted towards artists, producers, music creators, or even just hobbyists that want to get right to the point and make music. So this video is making a hot beat with 5 tracks. My opinion, that's all you need. 5 tracks. What are the 5 tracks? A kick, a snare, a hi-hat, a bass, and a sound that'll be for the melody. Kick, snare or a clap, hi-hat or a shaker, bass, boom, and then a sound, tweedle tweedle tweed. So let's waste no time, get right to it so you can get on your own and start creating. So you can either go loops. I'm not judging. If you're going to go loops, I'm going to repeat myself. This is what you want to do if you're going to make a beat with loops. Get a kick, get a snare, get a hi-hat, get a bass, and get a sound for a melody. Get a melody. Things you want to keep in mind if you're using loops: make sure that everything is in the same key and everything is in the same tempo, or BPM, aka beats per minute. So I'm going to go from scratch. We got 133 beats per minute. I don't know why. I just picked it. It just was the first numbers I felt like hitting. So we got a snare. And I actually got a second snare just for fun, in case I want to layer them or have just 2 different sounds on the one track. A kick drum. And a hi-hat. So I'm going to make this beat using only these 4 sounds, and then we're going to have some fun with a melody and a bass. So let's make a beat. So the first thing I do is just listen to the tempo, the click. What's like a beat that just comes to my mind without overthinking it. So I'm going to do that. So I just made that up in my head. Boom, kick, snare, snare, kick, 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 snare, snare. So I went to Splice. Is it like $7.99 a month for 140 credits a month or something, which is basically if sound is a credit. So then I just typed in kick, snare, hi-hat, got my sounds, dragged them over to Logic, and now I'm going to do that rhythm before I forget it. Boom, ta, ta, boom, 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 pa. So I'm going to throw a triplet in right there on the 3rd beat. I think it would be like that. Yeah. So just 2 spots where that kick's coming in. And now I'm going to throw the snare in. Boom, 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 ba. Da. Snare. So that's where the snare is going. On the upbeat. Oh wait. On 3. 2, 3, 4. See how it's coming together so fast? That's just a kick and a snare. Don't forget to save your files, folks. Alright, so like I said, all you need: a kick, a snare, a hi-hat, a bass, and a melody sound. We got the kick and the snare already. Look at that. So now what really locks in the beat that people don't give enough credit for? The hi-hat, which can also be percussion, maraca, shaker, anything. Smacking a coffee cup. But I'm just going to use this hi-hat. It's just one little sound, and we'll make such a good bounce with just these 3 sounds. I didn't even use the additional snare. I just have it just in case. So I'm going to keep the snare super simple, because you'd be surprised at how just steady 8th notes or 16th notes or quarter notes could really just carry the beat, really fill in those spaces. I think I'm going to go double time those. So those are quarter notes. I'm going to go to 8th notes. Okay, so I'm just going to double them. Another trick is to remove a hi-hat when the snare hits. So it just makes the snare pop more. Sometimes it's not good, but sometimes it is. So I'm right now just going to mute every hi-hat that is underneath of a snare, so that snare really comes through. You're giving them too many joules, Nappy! Alright, so You don't even notice that the hi-hat drops out, but the snare, you notice that snare drop out. Okay. So now we got 3 of the 5. I actually often like to go with the melody sound next because once I create the melody, then I can create a bass line out of it. It doesn't matter what you do first. You may create the bass line first. You may create the drums first. It doesn't matter. I'm just telling you. 5 tracks is all you need to make a hot-ass beat. We got 3 of them. I'm going to go with a sound next using arcade, output, arcade, and then we're going to go for a bass line and wrap this beat up. Output, arcade. So this is I've talked about it before on my vlogs. This is a loop modifier plugin. So it comes with a bunch of loops and then you can customize and modify them to make them your own. It's pretty much the most modern form of sampling, if I dare say it. I know it's very different than the traditional ways of sampling, but when you're making a beat in a pinch, it's a great way to lay a foundation. That's what we're doing today. 5-track beat. Enough talking, Nappy. Now let me just search. So all I'm doing now on the spot, because I want it to be unprepared, so you can see how quick this can be when I shut the hell up. All right, so now I'm just going through different kits or lines, as they call them, and try to find a cool sound. And I'll play my beat with it. If it doesn't catch me right away and make me go, oh, I just keep moving. Even if it sounds kind of cool. Can't do kind of cool, just hot. But don't get stuck and look for shit for like hours. That's silly too. Keep moving. Find something hot, keep moving. We might be getting somewhere. Not sold on it. All right. Sorry. Playing this shit too hard. It's kind of cool. We could do better. I'm going to go with that for time's sake. So I'm going to bounce that whole thing as a wave so I can really manipulate it. Also, if we were not doing a 5-track beat, I would play live instruments, arrange music over this loop, and really make it my own. Probably even get rid of the loop. But there's nothing wrong with loops. Just I know if there's musicians out there that are not open-minded to loops, just be open-minded. A lot of great songs are made with loops. And if it could speed up your workflow, why not? And then always sharpen your skill. Make sure, if you want me to play that, I'll play that. And I will make it sound wonderful. But this is another way to make music. At the end of the day, if you make something and people like it, does it really matter how it was made? As long as you're not stealing. So, here we go. Alright, now we're going to add the bass. We got the 4 tracks: kick, snare, hi-hat, melody sound, and the bass! Alright, so I'm just going to find the root notes and probably do like a drill type 808, real short resonance bass note. Boom. Boom. I think. I don't know. I'm going to play it live now and figure it out. Fuck it, we'll do it live! Maybe not. Close. Why does the motherfucker keep going out? What is going on with my keyboard? Live on the spot. Acting a fool. Ugh. Sorry. I'm leaving all this in so you can see really what is going on. What you have to deal with sometimes. Sorry about that. Here we go. So, I think I got it. There we go. Alright, so there we go. Basic foundation of a beat. Sorry I zoned out for a second and we had some keyboard issues, but that's what it's like making a beat. Looks like we did this in under 13 minutes, so hopefully you're still tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. I really appreciate it. That is a free way that you can really help me and my platform grow to continue to help people. For me, watching other producers create is the best thing ever. Even if you're pointing your finger at me going, idiot, I would never do that. As long as it inspires you to create, that's awesome. I hope that's not the case, but thank you for tuning in. I'm going to keep playing this for a second. So this is a basic foundation for a beat. One cool tool, if you're really in a rush, I mean, you can't do it with every beat, but the remix effects, just by dropping the filter down to only play the low frequencies, you can have a freaking 8-bar loop and make it sound like a hook and a verse. So, like, watch. This could be like the hook, right? I'll probably add a crash like this. But then watch, this could be the verse. Just by doing that, you know? Lots of cool tricks you could do. To keep it simple, get a foundation, get the artist to write to the song, get you to write to the song. Then you can add all the icing. I can't recommend enough. Learn from my mistakes. Keep it simple. You can always add, but taking out always ends up ruining it somehow. So keep your production simple. Challenge yourself to do, create a song with 5 tracks. And then vocals, 6. Once again, drum, snare, hi-hat, bass, melody sound. And then add a vocal. Hope you enjoyed this. Once again, I'm repeating myself, but hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, follow me everywhere at Nappy Music. October's a big month. I have 4 singles coming out, and November I have an EP and possibly a new line of merch. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you as always. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourself, have fun, keep what's important first. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah.